My slippers, but
They are really cool slippers.
yeah, I know.
So,
But it's for I know, but it's not for. Well, I wear them all the time, but I think they're for at home.
You have cool nails.
Yeah, we have a.
You're the girl downstairs.
Pedicure downstairs.
Okay, so
Yeah?
let me check one more time. Just in case, yes. I'm sorry, I'm just looking into your shirt.
That's okay.
No,
I
it's
have
okay.
like 3 layers of
Yeah,
shirts today.
no, well, not me. but-
Literally, I have 3 layers of shirts.
Oh,
just
that's
in
good.
case.
Good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah?
It's
Are
yours.
we Sophie
Hello.
or Sophia?
It's either is perfect.
Either is perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. But it sounds different for me.
Yeah, well, depends of, I think Sofia is with an A in the
Yeah.
end, which is a Spanish version. And Sophie, I think it's more French or English with a
Ah.
PH. But the short name in
True.
our Spanish is Sophie. So that's why it's like either is good.
And you have a lot of nationalities. Is that why where
It's
the
like,
name
oh,
is
that's
from?
okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
You
Just
can say it anyways. I will reply to it.
pick any the way to say Sophie, and it's good.
Yeah.
Thank you for wanting to talk to me today.
Yeah. Thank
we-
you for inviting me. I'm so excited.
Oh, I love it. I love it. We're gonna have a conversation about balance.
Amazing.
I think that's a good one. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself first?
Yes. So I am originally from Argentina, and I've been moving around since 2019. And I am a professional skater. I started skating when I was really, really young. Thank God that my mom loved it, so I
Yeah.
started. And then I started realizing that it was amazing to share that as well. So I started teaching.
Yeah.
And here I am now, like after all these years, like talking to you guys here.
So cool. And maybe for people that don't know, what kind of skating do you do?
So I started with artistic skating for my whole life. I still do it, but
Yeah.
more of self-created, more
Yeah.
than taking artistic classes. I started when I was 5, and I did competitions throughout my whole like golden years, if you want to
Yes.
put it in a way. I did free skating, figures, dance, show, precision. Like, I don't know, it was really fun.
And that's all in the realm of the artistic skating.
Yeah, so you have the free skating is the one that is mostly known, which
Yeah.
you jump and you spin and
Yes.
all that.
Yeah.
Then you have the figures that are circles in the floor that you just follow.
Yeah.
It's not for impatient people,
No.
but it's really good. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good for balance.
Yeah.
It taught you your alignment 100%. And then you have dance, which is more of a certain footwork in certain pattern that you follow, and then you do your own.
Yeah.
And then you have groups that is like you are all aligned on the same thing. You're doing the same thing. It's like copy paste.
Yes.
And then the creative show, which everyone is doing something kind of different, but telling a story.
And if you say dance, how is that the same or different from the things that we do? For an eye, how it looks, not
Yeah.
how it feels or how you have to learn it, but how it looks.
How you would look. So usually the artistic way of dancing is all around that court. It's not stationary.
Yeah.
And I feel
Oh,
that
yeah.
roller dance is more, I mean, you can also skate around the court and
Yeah.
kind of dance around it. But the most visual thing is that you can do it in the living room because it's
Yes.
all more stationary.
Yeah.
So that's the big difference between
So
the two.
the artistic way of dancing is that you go around and you make patterns that are already existing. Well,
Yeah.
it's always already existing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you think it's new, but it's never
but
new.
well, actually, there are new dances. So I was in Argentina this year visiting family and friends, and I know the old dances. So there are several, like so many foxtrots, blues, tangos. like-
Yeah.
and they are pre-created. So someone created it, the association accepted it, so it distributed it to the world, and everyone kind of does it.
Oh, okay.
And it's a draw every year to see which category will have which dances. And I went this year and I was like, okay, which dance do you have with a friend that is skating, still competing? And she was like, I have a cumbia. Say, what? You have a cumbia? I was like, I need to learn that. I would never have dreamt that artistic skating will do a cumbia.
And what is that? Because I don't know.
Cumbia is a style from Argentina.
Oh, I don't know. I've never heard of that. I'm sorry.
It's like, I'll always show you videos. You will be like, that's cumbia? It's like reggaeton.
Oh,
Kind of like
really?
that. Yeah. So I was like, I can't believe that they did a cumbia, but they approved it and people just doing it for competitions.
And how is it? How does that look on skates? Is that cool?
It doesn't look cumbia. It looks like, okay, cross, swing. It's like, where is the cumbia? Like the cumbia is like this, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a good way of merging two words, if you want to put it in a way, to attract younger generations to do, instead of a foxtrot, to do something more of common, you know. So, well, yeah, that's dance in artistic world.
Okay. And you say I'm a professional skater. What does that mean when you say that?
For me, I'm a professional skater because, well, I've been skating my whole life and I understand the mechanics behind the artistic world.
Yeah.
And I've been a judge. I am a coach. Yeah. I've been part of the national team in Argentina and competing overseas. So I had like a whole career throughout it. And I feel that I can help people get into their skating journeys in a safe way. So, and enjoy it myself as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so, cool. Yeah. And I really love I'm a professional skater. How you said it, you were like, I'm a professional skater. So that sounds good. That's why I'm asking. So the idea of balance, I know this is a big question, but what does that mean to you?
Wow, it's a massive question, right?
I know.
Balance, when we talk about skating, is the foundation. So if you don't have balance, it's really hard to skate, right? And it's something that it's developed throughout your skating journey, and you get better at it. And the harder things that you can get to do, it means that you're more under control of that balance that you have. I think balance in terms of the sport gets related to having in control you are of your body movement on your skates.
Yeah. And for you, how does the mental balance relate to that physical balance, or doesn't relate at all? I don't know.
I think it does, but it's really hard. It's really hard to find it. I think it's harder than the body balance. I don't know what you think about that, but
to find mental balance, you mean?
Yeah. In compared to the body balance.
Yeah, I think there's so much intertwined that I can have a bad day, like mentally have a bad day, and feel that right away in my system, where I'm like, maybe not skating today.
Maybe this is not like today.
Yeah, so that is for me. But the other way around also helps when I'm off balance, I would say, and I have a good skate, then I get my brain back into balance.
They kind of like intertwine each other.
For me, yeah.
I agree with that. I just feel that we are conscious about the importance of the mind balance in terms of the body balance. But when I see, especially new skaters, as we were talking before, that they are just focusing on how their body balance is working, which is the main focus usually. Skating is like, okay, it's balanced. So you pay attention to your body, how your body is balancing. Yeah. And then when you breathe, or you bring a little bit of awareness into how your mind is balancing, or how you are feeling there, like if you're in peace, if there's such a thing, like being super in peace when you're on skates. Yeah. But it's I think it's overlooked a lot more than the body balance because of this, you're on skates.
And what I also find, and I don't know if you know what I mean when I say this, but when I feel kind of the energy of people, but also of their outer their outer energy, I would say. So when they are really focused with the brain on the feet, it's really weird. I always see like a heavy energy around the feet, and then you get off, like literally off balance on top.
Yeah.
So is that something that you notice with people, or maybe in a different way?
What I notice with skaters, it's that when the body is tensioned, it could be because they are just body tensioned, or because it's mental tension that they are distributing, like putting down into the body. And that when they breathe, it literally takes 1 or 2 conscious breaths, and it, like, the muscles start relaxing and their skating just flows differently.
Yeah.
But because we tend to tense more easily when we are in those situations, you see everything off.
Yes.
Like, you see their expressions and everything just goes off. And it's just like calming and centering into ourselves to make that fluid again.
Yeah. And I know a little bit about your, I follow you on Instagram.
Oh, thank you. I follow you too.
I really like looking at your page, and I see lately I have been seeing more posts about consciousness, and I'm not sure if that's on your personal or on the skate academies. Maybe there's a difference for you too, is there?
So I started Share a Skater because I started like sharing what I was doing, like how I was skating, and then I realized that I wanted to share information, so I started sharing information. Then I created the academy, physical academy in Australia when I was living there. So I created the separate account to post about the classes and stuff. I don't know. I just did
like
that.
Yeah.
Now I kind of like share almost the same things, but when it's more like relaxed content, if you want to say it in a way, that is like a quote of Ikigai's book or whatever, I just put it more in mine, and then it fits more the roller yoga stuff or the workshops that I'm going to be doing around Europe and stuff. I put it more in the other one.
Yes.
But it's kind of like, it's me in both.
It's you. Yeah. Because I've seen some posts of you where you are really doing the quotes and talking about balance. For me, those are about balance. Was there one moment when you decided, oh, I'm going to do that? Or is that something that you grew into?
I think it was, everything leads to something, right? Like every decision that we do, kind of like, it takes you some places. My personal life, I changed. I was living in Australia for 5 years, and then I migrated, and now I don't know where I'm going to be living.
No.
So that's the off balance, if you want to put it in a way. And that journey up until today, plus my yoga journey and my artistic and everything, kind of led me into how important it was for me. Because I'm going to back up. I skated since I was a kid, as I said before, and I was never told the importance of breathing or the importance of self-consciousness or the importance of balance, you know? And I was always like, my coach, my former coach, she's amazing. Her name is Gabriela Spadaccini, and I love her. I still see her and skate together. And she was always really encouraging, and that was a big change for me when I changed coaches. Before going to the court to compete, it was like, yeah, you can do this, think positive, la la. But we didn't have a name for it.
No.
We didn't. So it was more of like, positive, go. And go. And then with yoga, I did my certification in the 200 hours last year as well. And I realized like that people, for me, was more oriented for the artistic world, but then I realized that everyone needs it, which, it's not paying attention to something so important as believing and being and breathing and being there. So that's how my content also changed, because I saw something that wasn't being shown as much, and I believe is really important. And now I am exploring my body and seeing what works for me, what could work for someone in certain situations, and trying to merge the artistic techniques into yoga flows and breathing consciousness, meditation, and trying to bring people to themselves,
Yes.
kind of thing.
And how does that work? I mean, do you see?
Working?
Yeah.
Look, I've done a few classes yet. It's really fresh.
Yeah.
And I did a few classes in Mexico, a few in Argentina. I'm going to do now in Spain as well. And the first one, I was really nervous because it was the first one and it was like 25 people. And I was like, oh my God. And it was really good. A lot of good feedback, a few notes as well to make it more interesting for people. Not so yogi, but still yogi. You know,
Don't be such a yogi.
Don't be such a yogi, okay. But then I have a lot of, because we were skating, it was a festival. So we've been skating a lot. And then they did a roller yoga class in the last day before the party. And like way before, like a few hours before in the morning. And they told me it's what I needed. It was like a reset. My body relaxed.
Oh, cool.
I stretched.
Yeah.
I could absorb, like I could like feel what I was doing and then kind of like hit a reset button. And the same happened in Mexico, which wasn't a festival. But one of the guys there had anxiety attacks and things like that. And he didn't want to take the class. And Gabby there told him like, go and do it. Like, it's going to be good for you. And he was like, it was so good.
Oh, that's so nice.
So
yeah.
It would, even if it just helped him, you know, for me, like being that switch of mind for myself and putting that out there, he might do it, you know, afterwards and like find it as a tool with skates because he loves skating. Find the tool of the meditation, the breathing, the consciousness with the skates to calm himself. So that was a big change for me.
And I can also imagine that it would help with fear around the skating too. Because if you go into a different kind of state than the fear state, it helps. It's gonna help.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I love it.
Tell me more about roller yoga later on, and we're gonna have some conversation about it. What I'm really curious about, maybe that's a whole different thing, so I'm sorry if I go from here to there, but I have a lot of questions. I'm curious about, you said you lived in Argentina a long time, then you moved, and then you started exploring the world a little bit, and you've been in Australia for 5 years? Was that
5
correct?
years.
How does that affect your skating?
Well, for starters, COVID hit it in the between all that, and I found roller dance.
Yeah.
So for me, growing up and up until 2020, skating was indoors mostly or outdoors on a smooth floor, and you just skate it and jump and spin and do the choreographies that we did. And then I found Brian's video about Crazy Legs, and I was like,
oh, cool.
I was like, oh, how my legs are not moving? How they are not moving? So I was like, okay, this is a good challenge. I'm going to give it a go. And I started to find classes and stuff. So I was like, okay, this is cool because you don't need a big space and you don't need to compete. You can enjoy it.
Oh, yeah.
And that was such a big hit because it changed the way I related to skating. It wasn't more of a like, you need to do that. It was more like, okay, enjoy, let's connect. And I found an amazing community worldwide that I didn't know it existed. And for me nowadays, it's like finding the balance between the two worlds. Yeah. That's what I teach, like the balance between the two things. Because for me, the artistic has a lot of good alignment and technique to bring to the people that bring consciousness as well.
Yeah.
And then the roller dance brings the groove, brings the exploration and all that. So it's kind of like I'm in between those worlds and trying to enjoy it.
Yeah, and to translate maybe the techniques or one way or the other.
Yeah.
And
have you ever artistic skated?
No. We used to work with someone, or we still do every now and then, and she's an artistic skater too. She's teaching, I think, children now, and she tried to teach me like the the figure eight, but then because we do figure eights also, but it's different. But really like the artistic way. But I'm not used to being as like that and skating backwards with my arms backwards. That's something that I would not think about. So no, it's not my. But I really admire, because yesterday, for instance, I saw you. We were doing something in class, and I saw you do the spin. Like the cross-legged spin.
Yeah.
It's something that we do. Well, not me, because I'm really bad at spinning. But the way you do that is so beautiful, and it's so different from, let's say, for instance, Brian, his spin. It's not, you don't have to compare, but I mean, I see the difference, and I could tell that you are an artistic,
Yeah, I think
that you have an artistic background, I would say, because of how you hold your body and how you did that spin. I was like, oh my God, that looks good.
there's something that I'm fighting at the moment, though. I love my artistic background, but I feel that I'm too upright. So I'm like trying to merge. I'm trying to find my own style, my balance.
Yes.
There.
But you should keep that beautiful.
that spin, we can skip that of changed, but like I can tell. For me, the most important part is when people gets into a court and skates forwards, when they don't have an artistic background, you see knees in, or like usually if they didn't have any training with anyone that might tell them it's an outside edge, or careful with your knees, because if you're like all falling in. So for me, I can tell if someone had classes when they step into a court and they just skate forwards. It's just that.
Yeah.
And you can see like this or that.
Yeah.
But you have already a lot of experience in you, and when you skate forward, it doesn't look like you didn't have artistic skating classes. You are going like, whoa, I'm flowing. So
Yeah, it's funny because I was thinking about taking some artistic classes like years and years ago, because I thought that can also help my vocabulary in a way, because it's all different than. And maybe it's like learning a foreign language, right? Where you are like, okay, I do this, but I love to learn how to speak Spanish or something. I can say sí, but that's it. So the way that you were skating in Argentina is right away totally different than the way that you were skating in Australia, or
Oh, well, not right away. It was like a learning curve.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, I self-taught myself roller dance because I didn't have anyone around. But because I have all this background, I could, when I see something on Instagram or YouTube, I can see the alignment and how their edge is working. And for me, I speak in edges.
Yeah.
I know that some people speaks in like front, back, out.
Yeah.
And I understand as well that it could be confusing because he's learning different languages, as he just said. But when I look at something, I look in at edges and alignment, and that's how I started translating it to my body.
Yeah,
and I could digest to translate it to someone else. So.
And how does that relate to? Because there's a lot of information skate-wise on YouTube or on Instagram, and you see like short videos. Can you tell when something doesn't feel right for your body? Is that I can. Does that happen?
I don't know. I'm really selective with the people I watch. I watch and admire and try to follow their lead, because if I see that they are not conscious about what they are doing, they can get hurt, and I can get hurt. You know? So I'm kind of like, and also that what some people do doesn't translate to my body. There are things that I'm not capable of doing. So I'm really conscious about the people that I watch, that I know that they have a good background and they understand what they are doing, because my body is my temple. I don't want to ruin it. So even though I have a good eye to translate and like put it in my body, I also like to see alignments that I can translate.
That you can
if they are like, it's
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For me, what I find kind of, I don't even know the word for it, but kind of, is that amazing, maybe, or weird? Let's say weird. No, is that there's a lot of skating going on Instagram and on YouTube, and you can get tutorials and whatnot. But I don't think people are talking enough about the difference between, for instance, skating on a very hard wooden floor with wheels that are very, very hard, or like in artistic skating, versus, I don't know, being on concrete with softer wheels, or being, because some things are just not happening. I mean, I make a lot of videos, and I get people remix my videos a lot, and I really love to see that. But sometimes I think, yeah, but you are on concrete with very soft wheels, and I'm gliding on a wooden floor here. So no, of course you cannot translate that. But I don't think that people know.
Yeah. Well, especially if they are quite young in their skating journey and they are starting to realize a few things. It's their trial and error, I think.
It is.
It's like they look something on wood and they try to do it on a netball court. For instance, in Australia, there are plenty of netball courts.
Yeah.
And if they can do it there without getting injured and like feeling the alignment, they just push a little bit harder and they are doing it. But
if you don't know, I mean, your background is so different than our background. So the things that you do have a different perspective. And it's not, and I don't mean that one thing is right and the other thing is wrong, but I think that, I don't know, if you maybe play water polo, you need kind of a certain depth in the pool, otherwise you break something. I mean, that's kind of the same thing for me.
Well, but the problem is that there's not everyone can access a smooth floor. So they do
of course.
what they can do.
Yeah.
But I do understand your point of how they can translate it into a hard, and how no one is, or it's not so much of a information out there of the difference and how much harder, or for me, for instance, when you're outdoors, you should bend a little bit more your knees, because if not, it's harder to push. It's harder to do some things. And the bigger wheel that you have, the harder you need to do that, because the more grip you get.
Yeah.
But we know it, you know?
But I didn't, like, let's say 10 years ago, I didn't know that. So I was, for instance, I can talk about my own experience. I was looking at videos from people in rinks doing amazing stuff, like going really fast and doing the turning and the JB skaters. And I was like really impressed. And then I said to Brian, can you tell me how to do this? And he was like, yeah, you can be on a really hard wooden floor with 105, 101 wheels. And then you can do that.
Yeah.
If you would do that here, you will maybe wreck your knees, or it takes a whole different technique. And I didn't know that. I thought, oh, let's look at the video and let's copy that.
Yeah. I don't know, what do you think about Instagram as a platform of information? Because I think that's
a good
the
question.
thing.
Yeah.
I think
that's what I mean. I miss it lacks a bit in information. Let's say that.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's about the outside.
Yeah, you have just 30 seconds, let's say. How can you convey all the information in 30 seconds?
That's true.
That's why all my captions now are like pergamins. I don't know, they are super long. And I know that maybe you read it as you told me.
I do.
There's not much people that does that, because it's like fast clicks, you know?
Yes.
And that's what stopped me a lot of posting last year. First, because I was going through a lot of things, like migrating is a massive change.
Oh yeah, must be.
A lot of duels to do, like morning periods. So I couldn't focus on that. But also another reason was because what can I say that I don't feel that I might get someone into trouble for trying something?
Oh yeah.
But I think
we have the same issue with that.
Yeah. It's a complicated line there. you know?
Yeah, and it's hard for me. I've had a big issue with the platform for a while because of that. Because of, okay, you can put in information, but if people are not reading it, then it's just the outside of the video that you show, and then they copy it, and maybe they do it wrong, and then they get hurt, and that feels bad for me.
Yeah.
So how responsible are you?
Yeah. Well, yes. And the other thing is, it's like having a critical view on what you watch. It's not that easy when you don't know what to be critical about.
Yeah, sure.
So what you said before about like, there is not much information out there about the differences between the surfaces and the wheels and how it impacts your alignment throughout the skills that you want to copy.
Yeah.
It's just like if people doesn't know about this or doesn't know about how to place your knee or
because that was just one example. There's like a million examples of that.
And you cannot, for instance, I think I did a video, there's a jump called the toe loop in artistic skating. And as in roller dance, there are many, many different techniques to approach it. And I like a way where you use a little bit of your torso to create the tension and the torsion to jump, because if not, everything happens from neutral to neutral and it feels really hard on your body. And I had a student from Australia that is also taking other classes, and she told me, but they told me to jump from here to here and jump and land flat. And I'm like, but that flat landing is so bad. For me, such a long repercussion to your bones, like it's better to land like this for me. So I did a video myself of like the entrance on how to place and how to jump to land.
Yeah.
Just the entrance, no jump, no whatsoever, just the entrance with the top up and down so you could feel that, because I felt that was a really important part of that.
Yeah.
But that's my intake. But I cannot say it every time I talk about the toe loop.
No.
So,
no. I know that. So how you find balance in that?
Oh, it's a really hard balance for social media, I feel. Because I think I try to do my best every time, and I trust that will be like enough for people watching that tutorial or that video or that quote or whatever. And I try to, like, my responsibility is to do my best with what I post so people get a good technique on what we are talking about.
Yeah.
And I trust that the other person will not just take one thing as truth, and also like form like a good amount of information around it, because there's not such a thing as one magical solution for a spin or a jump or whatever.
No.
But yeah, you cannot just watch one person and do
for
it.
nothing in life, I think.
Oh, that's a good.
Because we all have a different life experience and another perspective. And that is the other thing I feel with social media. Even in skating, it happens that it's like, no, it's this, no, it's that. My way is wrong or right, and your way is wrong. And that is also not, you want people to form their own opinion and make their own choices.
Yeah,
I want to make your own choices.
Yes, that's why I tell my students, like, don't take just my word. Like, take classes with other coaches. Do other styles of things. Do dance. I did kickboxing for a while.
Yeah.
You know, like, do other things that also help you understand yourself, your style. Maybe this works better for you, but not this. So you also feel your body, you know?
Yeah.
And for life, like, yes, we were talking about creatine today.
Yes.
Okay, maybe it doesn't work for you because it's get your stomach sick, but maybe it works for Brian or for me or for, you know? So it depends on the person, and you cannot take for your advice only and just make it, you know? It's like, okay, this might work for me, but maybe with this another intake. But that's something that you trust, that you put yourself out there and you put something for everyone else to enjoy, and then they will do the critical viewing.
Yeah, and that's their responsibility, you
Yeah.
would say.
You expect that, right?
You hope, you hope. Is there anything that you feel about, because I know balance is just a big
Big, massive topic.
a big word. I don't know, or maybe it's like a little small word. You were talking about the yoga and how that, and the breathing and how that balances you mentally, and skating too, I assume. Do you have any tips for or advice that is really, maybe someone gave you an advice once, or maybe you read somewhere, I don't know, for people to work on their balance?
To work on their balance.
I know it's a big thing again, but it's like a
Yeah.
general.
A general thing, I've heard, I love this podcast called The Diary of a CEO
Yes,
with Stephen Bartlett.
I know him.
It's
Yeah.
so good, like, because every guest is so different. And I got to meet there Dr. Sims,
Yeah.
and she talks about a lot about women's and sport. And I'm really curious about human body and how it moves and how things affect us. And I didn't know that most of the studies were made usually in men's body and how different it is the intake in women's. So then I started changing my point of view there, and I loved a quote on that podcast that she said that some things are not for everyone. You just need to try it and to be aware of what you're doing. Like, be aware of what you're doing, so then you can know the income of that and you can readjust.
Yeah.
So I think to find everyone's balance in skating or in life, you need to try, you need to put yourself through it and see what happens. And if it's not for you, and if you don't find that that specific way is for you or what you're doing is for you, you just absorb, learn what you need to learn there and go somewhere else.
And move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Great advice.
I'm trying to do that every day.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds really good. Really good.
Yeah.
Do you have questions for Sophia? Because I know you do.
How do you know?
But I can read your body.
So I have a question for you both.
Oh.
You have you have obviously differences in your journey, but you're both professional and you are developing as entrepreneurs in everything that has to do with roller skating. There's an age difference, which is interesting.
Just a little.
We're just sisters.
Just a little age
So-
difference. I could be your mother, you know that? You're younger than my daughter.
Really?
Yeah, she's 34.
Well, we're just sisters. My
Yeah.
sister, my older sister is 53. So
Oh, yeah.
you're my-
Okay.
Yeah, because it's also about transferring your knowledge and your experience to a younger generation, I think.
Yes.
Especially in this time, in this day and age, where everything is recorded, everything is, and you're connected in different ways. So what is it that inspires you when you look at Mariska's stuff and vice versa? What is it
Oh.
that inspires you when
That's a
you
good question.
see
Thank
Sophie
you.
and you see doing her stuff and how she expresses herself?
I follow you for a long time now. I always loved your content. Like, I was like, oh, Marisa posted something again.
Oh, that's so nice. My pens, right? No.
No. Well, your pants
Just
as well.
kidding. No, just kidding.
Your clothes is always amazing, but it's not about that. Your face and your smile. Like, when you skate, you light up.
Yeah.
Well, you're always light up. But now that I met you in person, before I didn't know this part.
No.
But when I see your videos, you're sharing joy more than just a routine, And I think that inspired me a lot because I'm always self-conscious of how I roller dance. And I look at you and I'm like, oh my God, she's just living it, And that always
Oh,
I'm
that's
gonna
so
cry.
sweet. You're
That-
making me cry.
That was really big for me and
Oh,
inspired me a lot.
thank you for this question. You always make me. Thank you.
So yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
you preach beautiful things. So yeah.
Because you make me cry because that is exactly the way why I started doing this, because of not because of look at how good we can skate or not, I don't know, because that's a taste thing, but I wanted to share joy, and because it all happened during the pandemic when people were, well, you were there and there was a lot going on. Yeah, I don't have to tell you. And the thing that I could do and I could bring into the world was a little bit of joy with skating. And the funny thing is that because my account really exploded during the pandemic, I think because of that. And the reaction I got from people was that, oh, yeah, and you're so. And it's not that I'm always happy, because I can have crappy moods, but skating really brings me joy. And I think that because for me, you and I always had, not always, but since you started following me, I think, and reacted to some things, I do not follow everybody that is following me. I mean, that's a lot of people and I don't have time for that. But sometimes every now and then you connect with someone, and I don't know why that is, because you could tell me and that is really sweet, but I don't know why I felt a connection, but it was there. And I saw you, and that was what I saw yesterday too, your beautiful straight. So that's funny, right? That
Yeah.
you look at someone else and you're like, oh my God, she's so straight up, and I'm always like this. And so that is the outside part of it. But I don't know. I think it's an energy exchange that somehow happens when you are so many miles away. And I find it was really kind of special that I thought you were in Australia, but that you are all the way in Australia watching the videos that we do and then commenting on that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And lately I've been, because I've not always been like this on your content, but lately I have been, because I saw you post some quotes and some things about life, and that spoke to me. So that was nice.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I think, I don't know why that is. I called her a sister from another mister in my video, but that is how it feels. I don't know why. Maybe the love for skating, the passion you have for life, and the way I love how you said, it makes me laugh. You said, I went to London and to be with my sister, and then I said, where you go next? And you were like, I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows where I end up? And I love that approach, because I'm more like, I want to be here.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Thank you. Yeah, it's I felt the connection with you guys when I arrived. I told Brian the other day, I was a bit nervous before entering here, because you don't know what's gonna happen, right?
No.
Like first mets. And then it was like, I know you for so long, and that doesn't happen really often, you know? So you always make me feel really welcome, and like this, and we only met face to face like 4 days ago.
Yeah, that's
It's
weird.
so
Huh?
short.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found really tiny times where I got that connection with people, and if that happens, I keep them. You know, I cherish them, because it happened to me once in Australia with Heidi, my friend. It happened to my ex-partner when I met him. We kept friends now. And it happened with you guys. So it's like tiny moments and tiny people, not tiny because of tiny.
No, I know.
Group
what
of
you mean.
people.
Yeah.
That it's just, I believe on energy a lot.
Yeah.
And we are all energy. And our molecules are encapsulated with all that, and what we preach, what our energy, how vibrates, resonates more with some people than the other. So yeah, I felt that, and I think, yeah, we are here now.
And we're gonna skate this afternoon. Can you please stop asking questions?
I have two more.
Okay, let's hit it.
So you're planning to stay in Europe. And we talked about you may have Valencia as your goal. So if you ever strike down in Valencia, then let us know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was thinking that coming today here, I was like, well, this could be a good place to live as well, you know? I'm not that fan of the cold weather, so that's
No.
what's thing that is stepping me a little bit back. But I'm also not settled into living the whole year in the same place. So who knows? It could be a little bit and a little bit. So I'm open to find flows, you
Yeah,
know,
right.
of living. So yeah, it crossed my mind. I'm like, this life could be so cool, living so close to you guys. I was like, and the puffle shuffles, oh my god,
Puffertjes.
puffertjes, so
The
tasty.
Pruffle Shuffles. That's a good name.
Puffle shuffles.
We could make a video on skates and call it the Pruffle Shuffle.
Oh yes, please, but it has to be so tasty.
Puffertjes. Yeah.
Puffertjes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think conversations like this are very important, especially when you're venturing into entrepreneurship. It looks like because of social media that we are all connected, but people don't really talk with each other. And everybody is keen on capturing the moment. So you see a lot of videos and you see a lot of
And
pictures.
on captions.
And when you look at those pictures, when you look back at those pictures, you see people that you never spoke to in that moment.
Yeah, true.
And you just capture the moment, but you don't even know most of the people that you see on the video.
You just know by high and by and like, oh, let's do this and let's do that. But they're sitting down, having a sip of coffee or whatever, and
Right.
actually knowing the other person, it's hard to find.
Yeah, but it's also like, how willing are you to let people know you?
Oh yeah.
Because that is, I think, nowadays, I mean, I'm very happy that I am the age that I am, that I can be more myself than ever, because I'm not so, how you say that? If you are younger, I don't know if you feel that, but when I was younger, it was way more important what people thought about me, or being like the person I needed to be because other people expected me to be kind of a, I don't know how that happens, but that happens in life. And that is leaving me. Thank God for that. But it's all, when you meet people, everybody is playing some kind of a role, and that is hard sometimes to really connect.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you want to establish communities and if you want to make sure people stick together and they build something. I think it's important to know what is behind it, the motivation people have, the dedication that they can cultivate to keep it alive. And that's why it's important, I think, to sit down and, hey, how are you? What have you been doing? And then get into a real conversation, and just, instead of just sharing moves and going from the next gig to the next gig and then, leave empty-handed
Yeah.
or empty-souled mostly.
Yeah.
I feel really fortunate that every time we do a seminar, for instance, abroad, it always starts a little bit awkward, I would say, from everybody's part, not just me, but other people, because they have kind of an expectation of us, like, oh, those are the, I don't know, the skate people from the Netherlands that never make mistakes. They tell us, it's not, I'm not making this up, they tell us, sometimes they say, oh, I thought you were so different, because, especially him, because he's very serious about what he's doing, but he's also very funny, but they don't know. So they're like, oh, it's kind of, and then when you can connect with people and really have that whole weekend of, that's why I love the seminar so much, and where you can talk to people and ask them, oh, why are you here? And show them that we are just people sharing the things that we love to do. That is always really nice, because it feels really rich when we leave and we've met 50 new people and know their story, and they are always willing to tell their story. And sometimes their story is really getting to me, and I'm now I cry a lot. But that is really nice. That's a nice part of what we do, I think.
So my last question would be, you both had different journeys. You both have a totally different background than I have. And still we have a lot of similarities. And we can listen to each other and learn the differences. And we still can express ourselves in our own way. And be confident in what we build and how we feel and how we grow. What is your advice to young people venturing into what you're doing right now?
Into what of all the things? Venturing, younger people. I think one thing that Marixa say about not putting so much of your energy of what everyone else will think of what you're doing is one of the biggest things, because I started like that. When I started this, I was 24, and I was much younger than now, and I felt left out a lot of times, and I thought it was my problem. I was doing something wrong. I wasn't enough. I was an immigrant, la 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 la. All the things that you tell yourself, And then I started realizing that my style is different, and it's not wrong because it's not like that other style, or that other style. But it's just different, and it will resonate with whoever has to resonate, and it will be left out by whoever needs to lift it out. So I think the biggest thing for me, and I'm still learning that, because sometimes I get self-conscious, is believing of what you do because of how good it makes you feel and how good you think you can bring to the world, more than how people thinks that is the thing. Like, even though some of my workshops and stuff are not getting super full, but even if I get that one guy passing through his anxiety attacks much better, that's already a win, So I think for me is that advice.
Cool.
Being truth to yourself.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
She stole my advice, no. But
so now I don't know what to say.
So thank you for stealing my advice. No, but it is something in that line too, because what I am realizing more and more on a deep level, so not on the outside level, but on the really, really deep level, is that there's only one me and only one you. And I know that is it comes across like some superficial quote or something, like be you because there's nobody like you, or something like that. I don't even know the quote, but it's true. It's like I feel more and more that the energy that you are, like the unique imprint of the energy that you have here and that you leave here, is very, 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 very unique. And you should be proud of that, and you should savor that, and you should make that bigger and more you, and more instead of looking outside and thinking that every solution to every problem you have is over there, or people that you watch are always happier than you are, or everybody is more beautiful than you are, or I don't know what you can think. So my advice would be you, and not every thought you have is true.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. There is this, nothing philosophical, but there is this TV show called Nine Perfect Strangers. And the season 2, there is a character that is super self-conscious and like has all these dramas. And he had a character. He was a puppeteer on a TV show back in the day, and for kids. And he had this quote that was like, "There is only one like you. There is only one you, and isn't that wonderful?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Is it just a TV show?" But it's so cool because it's a really perfect framing of a tense, you know, like isn't just one you and isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Because I like, and I think it's perfect for what you just said.
Yeah. Thank you. Now you.
We are waiting.
We are on the edge of the seat for your
let's
advice. Let's go. Let's go.
Meeting more people like you. Because you learn your whole life.
Yeah.
That's true.
And be open-minded. And you are not what you do. You are what you learn and take to the next cycle. And as long as there's a next cycle, there's still life.
There's always a next cycle there.
Yeah.
There always is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, next up, Hotel New York.
Amazing.
Yeah, and she manifested sunshine.
Well, here you go.
So maybe we can share that technique with the world.
Yeah.
How do you manifest sunshine?
So I brought my sunscreen, my hat, and my sunglasses for
There you
today. But also a lot of layers.
A lot of layers. So just be sure that it will come, then it will be there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's here.
Yeah, and
So,
it's here. So that's
amazing.
Thank
So,
you.
Sophie, thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me. It's amazing.
And we wish you and everyone who is important in your life all the best.
Oh, thank you. That's really good. Thank you.
Come here, you. Thank you.
Thank you for.
So this is
all
the
this.
last time I'm crying around you because
I don't think
oh
so.
my god. I don't think so. No, that's true.
But that's perfect because it means that you're really connected to your emotions, right?
I am. I've worked hard on that.